This week's hometown hero spent 20 years in service to our country. Now his family is doing the most to honor and remember him.
Local 5's Samantha Patters introduces us to Jill Fritsch, who is sharing the story of her late husband, retired U.S. Army Sergeant First Class Daniel Fritsch, who died last year from brain cancer related to the burn pits in Afghanistan.
Dan was a protective, strong, do the right thing kind of guy.
Daniel Fritsch served in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. He joined the Army right out of high school, and his widow says he saw the Army as his family, the soldiers as his brothers, and that continued until the day he died.
He saw that as a place that would give him direction, the strength, be around people who are doing the right thing.
Daniel was an ammo specialist, but Jill says his proudest achievement was becoming a Sergeant First Class before his retirement in 2021. But in 2023, everything changed.
His behavior became odd. He was doing things like not closing the garage door or not locking the front door. Now to some people that might be like, okay, well, what, not a big deal, but for my husband, that's a big deal.
So Jill called for a buddy check on Daniel and eventually took him in for a CAT scan.
I had said that he had been crabby, like extremely crabby, and Doc had said, well, that's what people with brain cancer do. So that's kind of how he told us that he had brain cancer.
Beginning of May, he had the tumor removed and he started chemo radiation as soon as possible. But by July, it had grown back into stage 4.
Beginning of August is when we were in the hospital and they had told us that he only had 2 weeks, and so he was sent home on hospice. Throughout that time, lots of family and friends came to visit him, Army buddies.
And that was when Jill learned just how much Daniel did for his fellow soldiers.
I found out that he was very instrumental with many soldiers to get them through the tough stuff. He would be at 50 years old running next to the guys doing their PT test when they were 20 to encourage them. It was really touching to hear those stories from those soldiers.
Today, Daniel lies next to his uncle at the Oak Hill Cemetery in Neenah. He was 58.
I love him. I honor him. I want him to be remembered. He was a soldier.
In Neenah, Samantha Patters, Local 5 News.
Jill hopes by sharing her late husband's story, she brings awareness to the importance of noticing signs of a medical condition in our veterans and never hesitating to get the care they need.